Good afternoon. Welcome to Market Watch, and we have Brandon joining us.
It's hard for me to sit here next to you with your glowing skin, my old face. But I'm going to do my best.
It's all about the lighting.
The lighting here is great, and the lighting right here sucks.
This past week, we had 3 alert to locks, which happens when mortgage bonds tank. Which translates to an increase in interest rates. Will you shed some light on kind of what that looks like for payments?
Yeah, I feel like you're yelling at me a little bit.
Oh.
Are you mad at me?
Sorry. I'm really passionate about alert to locks.
So, one of the things that we keep our ear to the ground on is interest rates. So we know interest rates are kind of in a volatile market. And so, yes, we locked in a lot of clients today. And I would say they went from, on a purchase, from about 2.875% to maybe getting close to 3 1/8. And so I did run some numbers. And as an example, on a $400,000 home, somebody putting down 20%, the payment at 2.875% a week ago was $1,650, and then today at a higher interest rate of 3 1/8, the payment was high at about $1,683, $1,685.
It's about a $35 difference. Okay.
So we're such an interest rate driven and sensitive society that we think, oh my goodness, rates have gone up, this changes everything, and it really doesn't make that big of an impact. Even fast forwarding a year, it doesn't make that big of an impact. We're not going to see the same acceleration in home prices. And so that $400,000 home, if somebody passed today and they bought it a year from now and it was $425,000, then the payment would be about $200 more at an interest rate of 3 1/4, which is about where rates would be. But still, we want to, I think, give that some color and compare it to renting, because I know we've been talking about 10% year over year, but what would you think a $400,000 home would rent for?
Right now, I would say about $3,000 a month.
Yeah, I would agree with $3,000. And so big disparity, $3,000, and the next year $3,300. Now, certainly with the first scenario, somebody's putting down 20%. Not everybody has that.
Right.
But even with 5% down, the payment is less than renting. And so this is a lot of what we're all starting to learn. I mean, we're starting to all have these conversations with clients that are like, oh my God, my rent went from $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah.
And I think
for some people, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a lot of money for just about everybody, and especially knowing that there's more to follow, right? It's going to be going up another 10% and probably another 10%. So what else? This is good. I'd like to be a part of this.
Well, thank you for doing that. It definitely puts it into perspective. I just have data. I just have numbers for you guys. Rents already year to date have increased over 16%. So to your point, 10% is kind of what's being talked about, but we've already seen 16 this year. So people are definitely feeling, and they're in fear of where the rent is going to go. And so a lot of tough conversations with people and just kind of explaining how that all looks.
Anything come out this week on inventory?
So we got pending home sales this week. So for August, so homes under contract, up 8%, which is a good sign because there was more homes available for people to get under contract.
So it doesn't necessarily mean there were more people buying homes. There was just a little bit more inventory for people buying homes.
Exactly. The demand is still as strong as ever. There was just more homes on the market.
Good. All right. That it? I know you like to keep these things short.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk next week.
Thanks for making me a part of this. Probably see you in another 3 months. I don't get invited very often.